Hi. 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 Hello. This is my creative act for January 22nd, Monday, 2024. And I'd say it's going to be a quick one. I imagine it's going to be 5 minutes or less. But I actually just wanted to talk about a creative act that I did earlier and a quote that I learned today. So, something I learned new. Hurry ruins saints as well as artists. Hurry ruins saints as well as artists. Thomas Merton. And I've just been contemplating that. I'll come back to that in a second. And then this was an activity. I went to an art class tonight that was just like a mindfulness in art. And so this was one of the things I created, which was just based on this one task, which was fill the page with equally spaced and sized dashes in rows. Repeat until done. And so I just started with the line across the top, and then I changed colors, and then I started changing colors and adding little blue lines into each line. And then by the time I got down here, this was just adding marks, I decided, well, that looks like maybe it's like a body of water. But the whole time I don't have anything filled in. I was just doing the dashes. So it looked a lot more like this, but just with dashes. And then when I was done, I just went back and filled it in, and I really like it. But I think what was cooler about it was that this activity specifically was that the instructor talked about how it's just it's an activity that leads to boredom, because you just start doing the same motion over and over again. So people were talking about what that felt like, to get anxious in your body as you just started doing something over and over again, and that you couldn't. There was maybe a moment where you could either rest and relax, or maybe you would get a little bit jittery. I switched back and forth with my hands, so that felt like a different experience when I was using my non-dominant hand. I'm a lefty. Oh, sorry, I just dropped something. And then, but it really, I don't know, I saw this only about 4 hours ago. I've been thinking about it. It seems really, really important. I was thinking about, that seems easy to see, that hurry destroys artwork. That if you want to make something that's artistic, and slowness is implied almost. As soon as something is going really quick and fast, I guess that you could go in that activity. Even the teacher tonight talked about trying to do it as quick as you can, and maybe what result happens there, but also what result is happening in your body when you just start writing dashes over and over again. So, hurry ruins saints as well as artists. I was thinking about how I do think that we're all artists, and I think actually that we're all saints. And so if we don't identify as artists, perhaps we got hurried out of being artists. Perhaps we got shown that there was something else that was more important with our time than wasting it on art. And so when we do something artistic, we're afraid to give ourselves to it because we're obligated to do something else. And art is almost like unless it sells, or unless someone else calls it significant, that it's something to hurry past because we don't have time to waste. So you can see how that would slowly ruin an artist until they're just not an artist anymore. And then I was thinking about the same thing, that the choices that I regret in my life with my relationships and what I would call sins, maybe someone could call sins, but like missing the mark of what you want for your life, that has come. I have failed myself when I've hurried myself. And so to think that what they say, what the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I don't know about that, but I would say that we're all saints, and maybe we get hurried into being road ragey and impatient and cutting in front of people in lines, or getting mad when someone else cuts in front of us because we're in a hurry, right? Leaving our sainthood behind. So if hurry ruins saints as well as artists, how about let's find I'm gonna take look at, I'm re-quoting Thomas Merton because I can take this sentence that sounds pretty negative, even though I know that it's supposed to show something, but I want to turn it into something else. So hurry, so patience or waiting is the opposite. Patience. I'm just going to go with patience. Patience. Even saying patience. Patience. Hurry. So what patience, if hurry ruins, then ruins is like a breakdown. Then it's a slow destruction. So patience, the word that comes to mind is edifies, purifies, makes whole, builds up, purifies. Opposite of ruin is patience. Ruins, destroys, to remodels, reinvigorates. Patience, I'm gonna do patience, now that's energy. Remodels, rejuvenates, restores, resurrects. Let's do it. Let's go big. Resurrects. You gotta get that C in there. I know how to spell resurrects. Resurrects. Patience resurrects. Resurrects the dead. The dead. Resurrects the sleeping. Resurrects the sleeping. Resurrects the sleeping. Creatives. Resurrects I'm gonna go with sleeping artist first. Resurrects the sleeping artist and purifies the saint. Purifies. Not the saint, it makes a saint. It creates a saint. Patience resurrects the sleeping artist and redeems all humans. All redeems the human to sainthood. So if this is a true statement that hurry ruins saints as well as artists, maybe this is a true statement that patience resurrects the sleeping artist and redeems the human to sainthood. I don't even know what it means, but let's go with it. I'm going to write it on the back. Patience, let me see if it's going to stand or if I'm going to change some words. Patience. I like rejuvenates. My phone's right there to tell me how to spell rejuvenates. I'm gonna joven, youth in Spanish, I think, right? Patience rejuvenates. The creativity of man, the creativity of the soul. Patience rejuvenates the creativity of the soul. Patience. Wait, so now I'm expanding on this. I'm going to turn this into 2 sentences. Patience rejuvenates the creativity of the soul. Waiting transmutes a mundane human, transmutes a burdened human. A bound, transmutes a bound up human. Transmutes. I'm going with this one because it means something to me. And that A locked me in. Waiting transmutes angst and aggression. Waiting transmutes angst and aggression. To softness and wholeness. A saint is whole. That's the idea, I think. What makes a saint a saint? They're not sinning. That's silly. What makes a saint a saint? They have some light that they like, that the world or whatever faith they practiced recognizes as being significant. They have some light, some wholeness to them that is worked out in their deeds and is worked out in what we call values. And so I like this sentence. Patience rejuvenates the creativity of the soul. Waiting transmutes angst and aggression to softness and wholeness. I mean, this sentence is a little scattery. Waiting transmutes angst and aggression to softness and wholeness. Waiting and transmutes angst to softness. And then I'm going to change aggression to grasping. Waiting transmutes angst to softness. And I'll say grasping to wholeness. Transforming, grasping to wholeness. Transforming. I don't know the difference between transmute and transform, actually. I just like transmute. Transmute makes me think of like a chemical change. Transform makes me think of like a mechanical change. Waiting transmutes angst to softness. Transforms grasping to wholeness. Interesting. Okay. Well, wherever you're at, whatever resonates with you in this and with your highest sense of self, and maybe there's a message in there for you. And what is the message in there for me? I want to sense when I'm being hurried by myself, when I let myself hurry myself. I want to lean away from that. And with this truth, this carrot, this like something, this understanding to draw me, that patience rejuvenates the creativity of the soul. Waiting transmutes angst to softness, transforms grasping to wholeness. Waiting, patience. I'm going to take 3 big breaths, slow breaths, if you'd like to breathe with me. I'm going to breathe in through my nose and filling up my stomach all the way at the base of like my abdomen, and then filling up my chest as much as I can, and then even thinking about filling up my nasal cavities all the way up. So every part of me I'm trying to think about, and like almost like a wave that's building up, and then as I relax, I'm gonna let the wave crash and let all that breath leave my body. I'm gonna do that 3 times. So and then I'm gonna sign off. So thanks for being with me.